Hey YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today is pardon me. Today is the day that the winners were announced from the Ontario Brewing Awards. Well, yesterday was the day they were announced. So we're going to do our yearly thing. We're going to go through this. I'm going to comment on the ones that I know. There were over 400 beers submitted by 70 brewers across the province in 30 categories. Some categories only had 2 beers in them. So I really wish that they would put out with this awards, like with this winners list, what beers were in each category, just to know, because it would be nice to see who brought what beer to what category. You would think as a brewer you would put all your beers in as many categories as you could, but it does cost money to submit, so sometimes it doesn't work out. First and foremost, we have the North American Light Lager. Gold, Cool Brewing Stonewall Light. Silver, Flying Monkeys Anti-Gravity. Bronze, Laker Light. Stonehammer Light is probably my favorite light American light lager in Ontario, followed by the Flying Monkeys. Stonewall Light is a it even says it on the can and on their website that it's a lime beer. It has a slight lime flavor, so I don't know how it would get into that unless it doesn't actually taste like it, which I never found it really did. But yeah, so Laker Light, okay, yeah. Stonewall Light, I don't like at all. Flying Monkeys, yeah, okay. North American Lager. First, gold medal goes to Triple Bogey Premium Lager. Silver medal goes to Laker Lager, and bronze goes to Sleeman Original Draft. So this one usually has like normally like Labatt Blue and stuff get into that one. So slightly different. Sorry, I gotta keep clearing my throat. Slightly different winners than usual. Triple Bogey is a really good, just plain average bland lager. Laker Lager, a lot of people buy it. I don't personally like it, but a lot of people buy it. Sleeman Draft, I could drink it if I had to. I mean, nothing in there is exceptionally surprising, except for the fact that there's no Labatt or Molson products in it. That's probably the only surprising thing on that one, and people get all up in arms. Well, it's a North American lager, which means it's basically an adjunct lager. That's what they're looking at. So next is Pilsner. Steam Whistle Pilsner came in first. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Creemore Springs Lot Number 9 came in second. Did they rename their Pilsner, or is that an entirely different beer? I've never heard of Lot Number 9. And bronze goes to Kitchissippi Donnie's Dort. I've only had one Kitchissippi beer. It was their gold, their regular lager. And it was right around the time they opened up, and it was the only beer they had at the time. And it was a good beer, but I remember sitting there thinking, why? Why go into business if this is all you're going to make, and this is available from like all 100 different breweries in Ontario? Then we go on to the Amber Lager category. Gold, Old Flame Red. I've never even heard of Old Flame Red. Would love to try it. Silver, Hop City Barking Squirrel. Is Barking Squirrel actually brewed here, or is it one of the ones that's brewed in New Brunswick? I guess it would have to be brewed here for them to win a medal with it. Bronze, Cool Beer Millennium Buzz. Fuck that up the ass. No, that beer should not win an award ever. I mean, even in a blind taste test with 7 other budget beers, that one didn't get voted on by one of the 5 people because we drank it and we're all like, this is disgusting. Anyway, moving on. Dark Lager. First, Silversmith Black Lager, and I always say that the Silversmith Black Lager is probably one of the best black lagers I've ever had. Wins gold, great. Second, Hop City's 8th Sin Black Lager. I don't know if that would be my second choice for all of Ontario, but okay. Third is F&M Stonehammer Dunkel. Stonehammer does do a dark, but it is a dark ale. But Cameron's has the Dark 266, which is back in production right now. It probably deserves to have one of those 2 other awards, but the Silversmith, yeah, I agree, full on gold for it. Bach, Gold, Lake of Bays, Crazy Eyes, Darcy Tucker beer, which is probably one of the only ones of the NHL alumni beers that I actually enjoy. Second, Creemore Springs Urbach, and third, Cameron's Rybach. Okay, I actually can see all 3 of those winning something. I have nothing to say about them. I don't know if that's the order I'd put them in, but yeah, I can see that. Honey or maple beers. Gold, Halliburton Highlands Honey Brown Ale. Never had it. never had anything from it. I know some people who live in Halliburton, though. I should try and get some of that stuff. Silver, Railway City Shambach. I love that beer. And bronze, the Three Brewers Maple Ale. Okay, well, Shambach is the only one I've had. I'd have to put it first just because it's the only one I had. But yeah, it's... Can you stop licking yourself while I'm doing a video, please? Go lick your penis somewhere else. Frank the dirty dog. Hefeweizens. Side launch wheat comes in gold. How many awards has he won for Denizens Wheat? I mean, it just changed his name, but it's still just winning all the wheat beer awards. Silver, Smithworks Hefeweizen. Bronze, Muskoka Summer Weiss. I've not had the Smithworks, but the other ones, okay, sure. Wit beer. First, Mill Street's Belgian Wit. Second, North Wind's Moonlit Wit. And Bronze, Flying Monkeys Solstice Saison. The only beer I've had in that list is the Mill Street. Not a great beer anymore, but it's still a good beer, whatever. Flavored beers. Wellington's 2014 A Spice Odyssey. I never got a chance to try that. Silver, Trafalgar's Ginger Beer. Bronze, Mill Street's Lemon Tea. So the only one I've had on there is Mill Street's Lemon Tea. I'm sure there's other flavored beers that would have been in the category that might be better off. Trafalgar, actually, Trafalgar's at the awards? Trafalgar's at the awards? He doesn't send beers to awards. He's always like, fuck awards. Farmhouse Ales. First place, Nickelbrook's Le Paysan Saison. Second place, Cameron's Into the Shade Saison. I didn't know Cameron's made a Saison. And third, Amsterdam Howl. There's a lot of good farmhouse ales out there right now. Oosthouse makes a fine Bier de Garde, and it makes a fine Saison. Block 3 makes a great Saison. There's a lot of them out there, so I wish I could see what was in that category, because there's so many good Saisons out there, and there's so many bad Saisons. I'm not saying any of those are good or bad. I've had Le Paysan. I love the Paysan Saison. I haven't had the other two, but I'm just curious what else was put in there. Lagered ale, so like Kolsch's and stuff. Sleeman's Cream Ale came in third. Nickelbrook's Cause and Effect came in second, and Sawdust City Gateway Kolsch came in first. Bo's Lug Tread is not on there at all. Did they not send the Lug Tread this year? It's kind of interesting to see who gets what. I mean, I did not think that Nickelbrook's Cause and Effect was a Kolsch. Did not think it at all, or a cream ale at that matter. And interesting to see Sleeman creep in there when you know Bo's was probably in the category and everything else. But whatever. British Pale or Bitter. Gold goes to Big Rig for their ESB. Congratulations. Big Rig Brewing. Is the Big Rig staying in Ottawa if he retires this year? What's going on with that? Silver, Wellington's Arkell Best Bitter. And no bronze awarded. Nobody had a third pale or bitter? A British pale or a bitter? Really? Not Equilibrium ESB, not the Quick Brown Fox ESB, not... There's so... 1 second. Get out of here! Go lick yourself somewhere else! American Pale Ale. Why does he have to lay right beside me and just munch on his crotch? Gold, Great Lakes Canuck Pale Ale. Silver, Nickelbrook Naughty Neighbor. Bronze, Liberty Village 504 Pale Ale. Had 2 of the 3. They're both good, whatever. British IPAs. First place, Long Slice Hopsta La Vista. That's an awesome name, Hopsta La Vista. I've never had anything from Long Slice, though. Silver, Railway City's Dead Elephant Ale. And third, Sleeman's India Pale Ale. Before I start hearing, oh my god, Sleeman's IPA is actually a good beer. It's a well-made beer. Railway City Dead Elephant Ale, not a bad beer either. And again, I haven't had Hopsta La Vista, but with that name, it should come in first. West Coast IPA. Sawdust City Twin Pines IPA comes in first. Stone City Green Goddess Imperial IPA comes in second. And Stone City Uncharted IPA comes in third. I've not had anything from Stone City. I've never even heard of Stone City. Where is Stone City? Anyone know where Stone City is? I have not even seen it on my list of breweries for Ontario. Dark IPA, Nickelbrook's Malevolent Black Imperial IPA. Now, I'm not a big fan of that one. I know a lot of people that aren't, but I also know a lot of people that love it. Next is the Man Antler Dark Prince, and third is the Flying Monkeys Netherworld, which is probably the first black IPA that hit Ontario. I have not had the Man Antler. I've not had anything from them. Good little category again. There's some other beers I could think of that probably should be in there, but whatever. Amber Ale, Killinan's New Zealand Red Ale, Orange Snail's Rattlin' Nemo, okay, and Old Tomorrow's Canadian Pale Ale. I don't know if I would call the Canadian Pale Ale an amber. There's some other good ambers that I've had too. Broadhead's Stone Ground Amber Ale or whatever it is. That's a good one. The Deluxe Amber from Big Wheel Deluxe Amber from Amsterdam. There's some good ambers out there. The Auburn Ale from Cameron's itself. Okay, Dark Ale, Wellington County Dark Ale. It comes in first. Silver is Clock Tower's Bytown Brown. Third is Wellington's Iron Duke Strong Ale. I have not had anything from Clock Tower. Don't know anything about them, but nice category again. The dark from Stonehammer is a good dark. I'm surprised not to see it there. There's a few others. Porter, gold, Clifford Brewing Porter. Silver, Innocente Charcoal Porter. And bronze, Block 3 Push Broom Porter. Glad to see 3 newer breweries just take that one away. And Clifford Porter, probably the best standard porter I've had in Ontario, period. Innocente's Charcoal Porter, not really for me, a little too smoky, a little too burnt. Push Broom Porter, another super stoky, super stoked to try type of beer because it's a great just standard porter. So that category actually went off to a bunch of people that just make standard, that was probably perfect for what it was. That one's probably perfect. Stouts, gold, Trafalgar Schwartzy. Trafalgar sends beers to awards again. Liberty Village Black Brewing. Black Blessing. And bronze goes to Flying Monkeys Cadillac Graveyard. I've not had any of those 3. I can't say anything about them. There's a lot of stouts in Ontario that I've had that are lovely beers. So these must have beat them all out huge. I've never even heard of Schwartzy. Does Trafalgar actually make beers now too that he doesn't put in the LCBO? Because you used to know exactly what he made because they all just went to the LCBO. Imperial Stout / Baltic Porter. Gold, Wellington Imperial Russian Stout. Second, Big Rig Cherry Bomb Imperial Chocolate Cherry Milk Stout. And bronze, 5 Paddles Midnight Paddler. Awesome, guys. I'm glad that 5 Paddles got an award on here. I find 5 Paddles Midnight Paddler much better even than Wellington's Russian Imperial Stout. Not taking anything away from Wellington's win either. I'm just saying what my personal feeling is on there. There's a lot of Imperial Stouts out there too and Baltic Porters that I could see on this list. I've not had the Big Rig Cherry Bomb Imperial Chocolate Cherry Milk Stout, but that fucking sounds amazing. Fruit beers. Mill Street Framboisen comes in first. Trafalgar's Raspberry Mint comes in second, and Amsterdam KLB Raspberry Wheat comes in third. There are a lot of good beers in Ontario that are fruit beers too. You have a lot of people love the Nickelbrook Green Apple Pilsner. I love it. It tastes like a Green Jolly Rancher. Doesn't mean it tastes super natural, but it tastes like a Green Jolly Rancher. There's that new Crazy Beard out, which is a nice apple beer. There's a lot of things out there that you could have had in this. Trafalgar Raspberry Mint. I want to try that. Why the fuck can't I get that at my LCBO? What are you doing, Michael Arnold? And why are you at an awards ceremony? Vegetable beer. Trafalgar Pumpkin Ale comes in. What the fuck is going on here? Comes in first. Wellington's Farmers Market Rhubarb Saison comes in second. And Garden Brewer's Green Thumb IPA comes in third. There are so many pumpkin beers and everything else that I'm amazed that there's not more of those on this list. Even the Carved Out Pumpkin from Wellington was a really good one. Pissed Off Pete's Pumpkin Porter from Nickelbrook. There's just so many vegetable beers out there. There's that Tomato Basil beer that was made at the college. There's so many beers out there that I'm surprised what's in there. Flavored porter / stouts. Gold Trafalgar Schwartzy Espresso. What the fuck is this shit? Barley Days Scrimshaw Oyster Stout. Amsterdam's Full City Double Amsterdam's Full City Double Time. Okay, Full City's a coffee joint, isn't it? So I haven't had anything in there in the flavored porter or stout category. There's, again, so many of them that could have been there, though. Strong beer. Smithworks Blonde comes in first. Side launch Belgian Hat Trick comes in second, and Amsterdam Vickers Weiss comes in third. To see a Belgian Blonde come in first in the strong beer category kind of makes me sad. I'm not saying it's a bad beer because I've never had it, but just to see just a blonde come in first when that category can encompass so much is immense to me. Gluten free. Okay, so we have gluten free. Side only 2 awards, so only 2 entries. Gold Snowman's the Ranbams, fuck, I can't even talk. Gold goes to Snowman for the Rambam, and silver goes to Trafalgar for Ginger Mead. Mead's not beer, and I don't know what your qualities were for gluten free. Trafalgar, they make a braggot, so it shouldn't really be gluten-free because it should have malted barley in it as well. And if you're going to say that you're doing a gluten-free beer category, it should be made with malted something. So their ginger mead isn't a true mead, it's a braggot. And, well, whatever, we'll just move on. Barrel-aged whiskey beers. Gold, Amsterdam's Double Tempest. Silver, Cameron's Deviator Doppelbock. Bronze, Amsterdam Recidivist. I've not had that last one, but there are so many things that could have been in there. Nickelbrook's Bolshevik Bastard, Old Kentucky Bastard, Nickelbrook's Cuvée. There's just so many. Did you really come back here to start licking yourself again? There's a whole house. There's a whole house. Really, a whole house. Why do you have to lick your crotch right beside me while I'm doing a video? All I can hear is... Barrel-aged wine. Gold, Nickelbrook Winey Bastard. Silver, Amsterdam Sour Cherry Imperial Stout. Bronze, Sawdust City ODB. All 3 of those are amazing beers. There's some other ones. Golden Shard from Forked River, for instance, probably deserves to be on here. There's a few from Refined Fool did one. There's so many wine barrel-aged beers that probably deserve to be on here, whatever. Smoked beers. Black Oak's Nox Aterna comes in first. Covered Bridge La Cabra Sucra comes in second. And Mill Street's Roche beer comes in third. Yeah, the Black Oak Nox Aterna is a good one. There are a lot of smoked beers in Ontario right now, too. Charcoal Porter from Innocente probably could have done down here as well. What the fuck is this? Okay, Newcomer of the Year. Trafalgar Brewing. Okay, Trafalgar Brewing is not a newcomer. Okay, well, there's a note here. Note, while Trafalgar has been open since 1993, they had not entered any beers into the Ontario Brewing Awards competition for close to a decade. So they were given this award based on this loose definition of newcomer. Fuller explanation has been posted online by an OBA representative. I don't even know if I want to read that. I don't even know if I want to. Just because if you say newcomer, to me it should be a newcomer. Even if he hasn't put in a beer for the last 10 years, he's still put in beers. Like he has competed before, and whatever. I guess it doesn't even matter. But I don't think that's right or fair. But at the same time, how else do you get Michael Arnold to come, right? All right. I really want to try those beers that he won awards with, though. I really do, because I do every once in a while find a good Trafalgar beer, and I get so surprised by it. And Beer of the Year, so the beer that ranked the highest out of all of the beers in its category when it won, was Amsterdam's Double Tempest, and it's an amazing beer, so that's great for them. There's my rundown. Let me know what you guys think, and bye.